All right, so a typical case of pot calling the kettle black, because China has a problem now with cases in Guangzhou, and they believe that this is all because of what they believe are variants that have been first reported in the UK. But from where did COVID-19 even originate? Gentlemen, let's see if we get an answer to that. As I say, good evening to Major Gen G.D. Bakshi Saab, who's a defense expert on the panel. Right now, Dr. Sriram Cholia is Professor and Dean at the Jindal School of International Affairs. Also a contributor here on Republic, Sushant Sareen is a senior fellow at the ORF. Professor D.K. Giri is a political commentator, and Vivek Srivastav is a political analyst, joining us in the broadcast from Delhi. Vivek and Professor D.K. Giri, let me first understand from both of you gentlemen, and then I'll take this to Sriram, Sushant and Gen G.D. Bakshi Saab. Vivek, first to you. Do you believe now that there is something suspicious, something that Beijing is hiding, and we need to find out from where did coronavirus even originate? Have you read this new report that has come in from the UK and Norway?
Yes. Now, I would like to speak. You see, it's a bipolar world today, and you have to accept it that China is the second biggest superpower. It's at par with United States, and United States of America is not the same United States of America as it was in the time of Bill Clinton and George W. Bush. So now in this bipolar world, it is but obvious that whenever there is a crisis, there is going to be blame games. Both the so-called allegations are coming from two countries which are allies of United States of America. There are so many other experts. First of all, what I want to say is that investigation will not be done. It is not possible. China is not going to allow it. It is going to be simply blame games going on. Now, my request is, what should be India's stand? Let us be non-aligned. Let us be neutral. Let us not take stands. Let us not stand with the United States of America and Australia and other nations right now, because China is our immediate neighbor, and we need to have good relations with them. There has to be, because this is what Jawaharlal Nehru did. There was a bipolar world earlier. You had Russia, you had America, and India decided to stay aloof. That is what we need to do. If today on our media, in our foreign policies, if we start taking sides just because we want to please the United States of America for God knows what reasons, and even United Nations and the WHO have stood with China. So, you don't want to listen to WHO, you don't want to listen to United Nations, you want to listen to United States of America, and some publications published somewhere by somebody, I do not know if this is right. That is what I want to say. Let's not have bad relations with anyone.
Vivek.
Yes.
I've really allowed you to come out and put out your perspective, but I am appalled.
Thank you.
Forget the US, forget the UN, forget anything.
Yes.
Do you know how many people have lost their lives because of coronavirus here in India?
Yes.
Do you believe those families do not deserve to know, if at all, that this entire virus was engineered in the lab? Even D.K. Giri Saab today is not agreeing with you. I think he was nodding his head. Vivek, just think about that. I'm leaving that thought in your mind, because I want to get in then D.K. Giri, and then I'll get in General G.D. Bakshi. No, Vivek, one second. You don't have to sit here and I don't know why your heart is bleeding for Beijing. I don't understand. But D.K. Giri Saab,
it's not bleeding. It's bleeding
should
for
we
India.
not know the origins of coronavirus?
You didn't have vaccines.
D.K. Giri,
oxygen concentrators are being...
Vivek,
black marketing that
please.
is happening.
Come on. I do not want to raise my voice.
Let's not cover
Vivek, come on. You and I are not fighting. It's not a fight between you and me. It's not a fight between India and the US. Come on. Vivek, please get some semblance of sobriety. Do you know how many people have lost their lives? Vivek, no, please. Let's not do this today. Let's be sensible.
Why don't you tell this to the
Keep politics apart. Vivek.
Why not?
Vivek, please keep politics apart.
The government has the funds.
D.K. Giri.
We didn't have oxygen, people.
D.K. Giri Saab.
You let this gentleman just get the show over.
Relax.
We are not here to just
one second. I want D.K. Giri now. I want D.K. Giri Saab now to come in, then we'll get in General G.D. Bakshi. Yes, D.K. Giri.
Yes. Right. No, I am appalled myself that Vivek takes this position. China is our #1 enemy. China is the enemy of democracy and human rights. I have said from day one that this is a Wuhan virus. There is no doubt about it. Non-alignment is a non-starter. We have to stand with the democratic world in exposing China's this deadly design of controlling the world. So there is no doubt about it at all. I totally disagree with Vivek that China, we have nothing to do with China really, and China is our enemy number one since the beginning. Nehru made that mistake, and we should not continue to make that mistake by treating China even as a friendly neighbor. That is first point. But having said that, you see the entire West, and it's a systemic fight now, the entire West is engaged in exposing China. They are double standard. India could support them, but more important than that for us is to really look after our people and continue to fight this. We had a horrible second wave and it's still not over. It has spread to the villages. But so we'll have to really look after our people while we condemn China and join the world in exposing China. We'll have to focus in our own country by looking after the people, and we should not think that we have been a victim of a conspiracy. We have been, but we can't do anything about it now. We'll have to protect our people, and we'll have to see that it is not, this horrible virus is not really affecting our lives and livelihood. It has been pathetic in our country. It was the worst hit in the entire world. We should not forget that. But I agree with you that China is the number one enemy of India. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Enemy or no enemy, DK Giri Saab, that is none of my concern right now. You know, because General G.D. Bakshi Saab, as a citizen today, as a citizen of a country that literally has seen so many innocent lives being lost, I obviously would want to know how was this virus even brought up in the first place. Now, why are there questions being raised on Beijing again and again? Do you believe that this is just coincidence, or we can let people like Vivek, you know, come to debates like this and they say, listen, forget China. We do not care about what China has done or said. But no, the Indian government has not performed well, because this isn't the time for politics, sir.
No, I mean, you cannot give a clean chit to the government when it has not performed.
Can I
Yes.
please, for God's sake?
Yes.
Vivek,
No, excuse me.
Vivek,
I think the
I have
question
not
was
asked
addressed to
you
me.
to respond.
Will
This
you
is
give me
General
the
G.D. Bakshi
courtesy?
Saab. Yes.
Nobody interrupted you.
Sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I am appalled as an Indian citizen that the loss of lives of Indian citizens seems to matter not a whit. Not a whit. We are being told that we should be non-aligned like we were in the first Cold War. No bullets were being fired on India. No Indians were being killed. Now we had at the peak of the second wave 4 lakh Indians a day getting infected, 4,000 Indians a day dying a day. We are being told it doesn't matter. Let's be balanced between Nehru started non-alignment in a different context. Nobody was killing Indians then. So that's my short answer to him. Now let's get to the facts. You see, initially the whole thing got mixed up with the highly polarized US elections. When Donald Trump raised the issue of the China virus first, in the Lancet paper, many very reputed microbiologists said this is a natural epidemic. Now we have a host of evidence to the contrary. We have Nicholas Wade, one of the most respected British scientists, writing in the Journal of Atomic, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, highly prestigious journal, and I don't think that article leaves anything to the imagination. He has highlighted how in the Obama era, gain of function research was being done in the United States. Then it was banned, and it was this Paul Daszak, who, with his eco health organization, he subcontracted. He gave $3.4 million to the Wuhan Institute of Virology to conduct this gain of function research. The pity is the Wuhan Institute of Virology is not led by doctors. It is led by 2 major generals of the PLA, officers of my rank. They are Shi Zhengli, Major General, and Major General, Major General Chang Wei, right, who are the foremost microbiologists of China. Xi Zhengli had published a paper in 2015 in which she had said how the Sark protein molecule, the hook molecule of the Sark, can be spliced on to the bat coronavirus. She is called the Bat Woman. She has been researching in bat coronavirus. She published a paper. The moment COVID started, that paper was taken off the net. We have a shooting, absolute smoking gun. Second, we have the Chinese scientist Zhu Dezong of the People's Liberation Army Air Force. His 2015 paper states that SARS was a biological warfare exercise against China. Against China. So if the Chinese People's Liberation Army and their hierarchy believe that biological warfare has been waged against China, in their minds they are justified in retaliating. Please read the official Chinese military doctrine, which is enunciated in their Science of Military Strategy. In 2017, this is not a book written by retired soldiers like me. This is their official military doctrine. In 2017, it added a paper which talked of weaponizing the virus, waging warfare with a biological characteristic. China has signed the Biological Warfare Convention and it is flagrantly in violation. This is a gain-of-function virus engineered in the Wuhan lab, as established by not one British scientist, American scientist, and in fact, Ralph Baric is the American scientist who tutored, mentored Xi Zhengli, more or less taught her how to do gain of function. And she has just done that. This virus is said to have leaked out accidentally. There is a whole lot of circumstantial evidence to establish this fact. Now, the only fact that needs to be determined is whether the release was accidental or it was deliberate. Look, if China had spread this to the whole world and not had it itself, everybody would have zeroed on to China. Therefore, they very cleverly have staged this accident. And look, in November 2019, they knew it was COVID. 20th January of 2020, the Wuhan Institute of Virology, I'm making an explosive revelation. The Wuhan Institute of Virology filed a use patent for Remdesivir. You've heard that name? That is the medicine used to treat COVID. Now, when you file a use patent, that means for 3 months you have tested it. You know, that takes the date of COVID back almost to November, late October. The Chinese knew all about it. Yet they told the world there is no spread from human to human. The WHO dutifully echoed. They allowed 25 flights a day to go from Wuhan to New York and to Italy, in Europe, to India, to the rest of the world. On 20th February, Chen Yi, the foreign minister, appealed to the neighboring countries of China not to shut their borders, to allow the flights. It may have been an accident or a staged accident, but you weaponized that virus by spreading it to the whole world. Because probably the Chinese hierarchy was convinced that they have been attacked. They were saying so, that a US delegation of special forces had come for the military games in Wuhan. They spread this. So the Chinese are, in their minds, fully justified in retaliating. The point at issue is, this is weapons of mass destruction. The United States official nuclear doctrine says that if any country uses chemical or biological weapons, radiological weapons against the United States, they reserve the right to retaliate with nuclear weapons. China will have to be stopped. This is the second wave in
Okay.
India. We dealt with the first, second, a third is supposed to be coming. Fourth, fifth, 10th. Will we just keep on taking it? Will we just keep taking it on the chin?
Reason. GD
We have to
Bakshi
deter
Saab,
China.
I think,
and for
I
that,
think
let me
you
just
have
conclude.
put out the facts on the table, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. I want to see if Vivek at least
I just
now
conclude-
sees
I
some
just
bit of
conclude.
merit in at least the fact that
Yes.
we
Now let me
should.
speak.
Okay, okay. 10 more seconds, sir,
Yeah,
because
can I-
Sushant and Sriram haven't spoken. GD Bakshi, sir,
Fine, thank you.
please.
Okay, so what I was saying was just like the IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, has the right to carry out stringent tests on any nuclear installation. The world will now have to give to itself the right to inspect all virological labs all over the world, including China. Who is China?
Will you allow it in
Vivek,
India?
Xi
Will you allow it
Jinping's
in India?
argument that China is very
Will you allow it
strong,
in
so
India?
don't touch it.
Will you allow it in India?
Don't touch
We
it.
also have
Oh
DRDO
my God!
facilities.
Just keep
Sir, we
losing
also have
Indians.
DRDO
You
facilities.
seem to hold Indian lives very cheap, my friend.
Sorry, sir.
They
I
are not
don't
so
back
cheap.
for
No,
I
China
don't
will
back
have
for
to
an
pay a
incompetent
price.
Prime
China
Minister
will
like
have
you.
to be
I don't
deterred.
defend black marketeers. I
Vivek,
don't defend black
Vivek,
marketeers.
Vivek, one
They are sitting
second.
in Delhi, black
Okay,
market is
okay.
taking place.
Yeah,
And
we
you
are
are
not
blaming
discussing
China.
black
Vivek.
market.
You are
Please
giving the Prime
keep him
Minister
on
a
the
clean
subject.
Vivek,
for his
Please keep him on the subject.
Vivek,
Black markets,
Yeah.
prime
You know,
ministers,
Vivek.
politics.
Yeah,
GD
let me
Bakshi
speak.
Saab,
This is
GD Bakshi
national
Saab, let me
security,
come in,
my
please.
friend.
GD Bakshi
National
Saab, let me
security
come
is
in,
under
please.
threat.
Let me counter him.
Let me come in, please,
I
sir.
want to counter him. Yes.
No, one second, Vivek. Vivek, you
Yeah.
know, earlier we were appalled. But now this is getting from bad to worse. Are you now trying to tell me that everything that you have seen happening in India, you know, people losing their lives,
Yes.
was that not
Yes.
real? I mean, come
Yes.
on.
Did you question
You
the Prime
can't sit
Minister?
here and say this,
Did you
Vivek.
ever
I
question
don't
the Prime
even know
Minister?
what you think and
Did you
feel.
ever question why?
That's
Vivek,
not because of China.
What
That's
is
not
this
because
debate
of China.
about?
That's
Did you
because
ever
of government of India.
What is this debate about?
No.
Vivek,
Okay, fine. You
That's
want to
Vivek,
China?
what is this
China?
debate about?
Yeah, fine. Let me speak then. Please let me speak.
What
for
is
30
this
seconds.
debate about, Vivek?
Let me
What is
speak
this
for 30
debate about?
seconds. Let me speak for 30 seconds, okay? Okay? You now listen to me now. First of all, the honorable
If you know the topic of the debate,
is still not
right?
clear. Yeah, I mean, yes, let me speak. You cannot blame China for everything, but however, we will analyze China. First of all, the Honorable General is not clear even after his
Arre-
long speech that he has given. He is not clear whether it was an accidental leakage of the virus or it was used against India deliberately. He is not clear. Number
Vivek.
one. Number two.
No,
let
no,
me speak
Vivek.
now. You did not stop him.
Are you
are
clear?
stopping
Do you
me.
have some
We are
evidence
just
of
waiting
proof,
for a
Vivek?
smoking gun.
I mean,
You
I
gave
don't
him more
understand.
than-
I don't
you gave him
understand
more than
that
5
you're
minutes
sitting
to
here on
speak.
the
To the
debate.
contrary,
You're
you
defending
tell me.
China. Fine. Fine. You
speak?
can
Let me
debate.
speak.
You
Nobody is
can
defending
actually
China.
come here and defend China. But I today want to know from
Nobody
you.
is defending China.
Do you have some
Nobody is defending
proof to
China.
tell us that it actually was from the bats? Because do you know
not the
something,
point.
Vivek? Now let
The
me
point
ask you
is-
one question.
the
Because
point
you
is-
think that you're so
Yes.
learned and you have all the facts. Vivek,
Yes.
I have allowed you enough time here on the debate.
You have
Please,
not.
I do not
You
want to
gave the
raise my
general more than
voice.
5
This is a
minutes,
very
and you are not
sensitive
giving me
issue.
30 seconds
People
or 1
want to
minute.
know the truth. One second,
I'm not
Vivek.
supposed to toe your line.
Vivek, you
I
cannot
am not
complain.
supposed to
You know,
toe your
both
line.
Sushant and Sriram have not spoken yet.
That's okay.
Both
I
Sriram
respect
and
that part of
Sushant
your
have not
spoken,
even spoken
but
yet.
I am
Please
not
extend them
supposed
that
to toe your
courtesy.
line.
Take
yes,
one
of course.
question. Take one question. Take one question,
Okay.
Vivek. Because you know everything. You think you know everything.
No, I don't know everything.
Now tell
in
me
the world,
something.
but I'm in here. Yes.
If COVID-19, like Beijing and China
Yes.
claims, has come from bats that are not native to Wuhan, why has it not infected any other animals or humans handling it along its travel? Do you have the answer?
Now listen to me now. Very clearly now listen to me. Okay. The point of debate, this particular bat theory, we have been fighting on Republic for the last 1 year. And this is not the first debate on it. Okay. And if you are not able to prove even at that time, and you will not be able to prove whatever be the investigation, I assure you, it is the second biggest superpower. that
What is
was
it you
man-made.
and me? I don't understand.
No.
No,
Listen
no,
to me
no,
now.
no, no,
Please
no,
listen to me.
Vivek.
Okay.
Vivek.
Yeah.
I think you're living in some la la
Yes.
land where you believe you're representing China. It's fine.
No,
But
I am
we
not
are
representing
speaking on
China.
behalf of the
I want to
world.
protect
You know, it
India.
is not I
want
versus
to
we.
protect
It's not
India.
I versus them.
Yes, yeah, a very
I
bad
don't
foreign
understand.
policy.
You
And I
are
don't
going
listen
to
to
any
American
lengths
students.
to bat for China.
don't listen
I
to
only
American
asked
students
whether you have
and
proof
American
or
journalists.
evidence. Do you have any
And
proof or
and
evidence to
defectors from
tell
China.
me otherwise?
Yeah.
I will only
Your
now give you
thesis-
10 seconds,
your
Vivek, if
thesis-
you have a
Fine,
proof,
thank you.
an evidence, a research
I'll tell you.
to answer
Your
these
thesis-
questions. It
your
is not my thesis,
your
Vivek.
thesis, let
10
me
seconds
speak.
only, then I
Whatever.
will let Sriram and
The
Sushant come in.
The thesis that China should be caught, investigated, and blamed, and all the logic that I'm listening to on this television are based on the reports of the American media, American allies, the United Kingdom, because it is a bipolar world. People are getting together to corner a particular nation. Do it. However, India should be careful of its own needs. You cannot fight with every neighbor of yours. You don't click with Pakistan, with China,
Why?
Sri Lanka.
Why?
Nepal is showing you eyes. Nepal is not with you anymore. Sri Lanka is not with you anymore. What do you want? Australia and America are far away. Everything that is capitalist need not be good for India. And China is
Do
next door.
you
fighting
need a
with battle
Pakistan
nations.
that kills your own people? Do you need a China?
No,
Do you
absolutely
need a
not.
China that possibly
War
could
is not a
have beat this
solution.
entire virus?
War
I
with
don't
China is not
understand.
a solution.
Vivek, enough.
War with
Vivek,
anyone is not a
enough.
solution.
No, you're going the wrong track. No, Vivek.
No, I'm
you
not on
are
the wrong
going
track.
the wrong way.
You
You
are
are
believing the
digressing
American
from the
media and I'm
debate.
not.
Let me come back. Let me
You
come
are
back to
believing
this
the
debate.
Americans, I'm
Sushant, I don't care about the American media, Vivek. Like I do not
You
care
are
about
following
what
the
you say
American
here.
media.
It's fine. It is a democracy.
You're just quoting them.
You have put forward your point. I want to hear both Sushant and Sriram now. So relax. You will not interrupt them because they have been patiently listening to you. Sushant, help us make sense of why people like Vivek are still not even wanting to believe the fact that this, at least Sushant, warrants a transparent investigation. Why run away from an investigation?
But listen, isn't that really the nub of the question, Deepti? You know, none of the people on your
Yeah.
panel today are virologists or biologists or experts in this field. But this is the evidence which has been coming out, albeit circumstantial, most of it right now. Although there are some technical studies, but I or neither General Bakshi or Vivek or anybody else is in a position to actually, come up with the veracity of whether that scientific evidence is valid, not valid. So I'm not going to even get into that. For me, the problem is that whatever the circumstantial evidence is, seems to suggest that there was some hanky-panky going on. Now, just as Vivek, says very glibly that the Chinese will not allow you in. If the Chinese have nothing to hide, if they have absolutely no skeletons in the cupboard, then why did they, number one, obstruct the access of the WHO team which had gone to investigate this matter a few months back? Number one. Number two, if supposing there is a propaganda campaign being carried out, then why don't the Chinese give access and make clear that they will debunk this propaganda campaign with the power of truth? The problem is that the more the Chinese hide, and they hide behind their whatever Vivek imagines to be their power, I think the more they affirm the belief in the minds of most people that they are hiding something, and they are hiding something really nasty. Now, there are three possibilities of what has happened. One, that this was a natural virus. Even then, the Chinese are complicit because they tried to hide it in the first instance. They allowed this virus to spread all over the world. And then finally, when they could not hide it anymore, they came clean. But by then it was too late. Okay? Even in that case, the Chinese are culpable. But the other two are far more damaging. Whether it was an accidental leak or a deliberate thing, I think then the Chinese become even more liable for whatever has happened. And millions of people have died, trillions of dollars of damage has been done. We've seen that in our own country. And people who blame are very quick to jump the gun and blame the government. Mistakes have been made, of course, but very quick to dump all the blame on the government of India are going out of their way to bail out the Chinese and absolve them of any wrongdoing. This is something I find extremely strange. But the biggest question in my mind is that in either of those three cases where China's culpability is established in one or the other, what does the rest of the world propose to do about it? So, assuming you come up with this thing that this was a mistaken kind of it was not deliberate, but it happened by mistake. The leak happened by mistake. What do you propose to do about it? Will there be any consequences that will be visited on China in terms of trade sanctions, in terms of other measures that will be taken? For me, that is something which is of far greater interest and far greater importance than anything else that we are going to come up with now. And that is where I do not see the kind of clarity I would like to see in countries like the US and many of the other countries. Because if you listen to what the American president is saying or what top officials in America are saying, they want to get to the bottom of what happened as far as the Wuhan virus is concerned, but they don't plan to do anything about it. They just want to understand it. I don't want to understand it anymore. I want somebody to pay for the damage that has been caused to everybody's lives around the world. And for me, that is the important question. And a related question is, what do we do about it in case certain consequences are going to be visited? And I'll just take half a minute. Vivek very glibly says, go back to non-alignment, don't take sides. We were not taking sides until about a year back. And how did that serve us? The Chinese have been trying to push us. The Chinese have been trying to humiliate us. The Chinese have been trying to encroach on our territory. And as Dr. Giri said very correctly, the Chinese have proven themselves that they are enemy number one as far as India is concerned. Now, whether I accept the Chinese as enemy or not is not important. The Chinese see me as an enemy. So, when the Chinese are treating me as an enemy, I would be an extremely idiotic person to say, but the Chinese are not an enemy, they are a neighbor and we need to kiss and make up with them.
Yes,
we need to go on our
1962
knees and make up with them. So that is something I simply cannot understand, I cannot fathom, I cannot agree to at all. So very clearly the Chinese hostility has been there. So the third part of what I wanted to say was that in the event some action is going to be taken, how will India play its card to maximize its own benefits at that point of time? Will we go back to the 1950s template, which was a failed template, those 30-40 years of zero growth, of virtually zero growth that we had, 2 or 3% growth that we had, and we were a basket case around the world? Do we want to go back to that model, or do we want to profit from an association with countries with which we can do business with, which are culturally, which are ideologically far more aligned to us? Should we go in that direction and benefit in the course of doing that? For me, that is an important question.
You know, I think, Sushant, as always, you've thrown so many layers onto that story, and I think this is, Vivek, what is sensible. You know, instead of fighting between you and me and, saying question him, question that, I think, no, Vivek, I have not asked you a question. You are not saying anything, Vivek. 1 second.
No,
1 second. I have to let Sriram speak up. He hasn't said anything. He's been wanting to come in. Vivek, 1 second.
Kindly learn
Sriram,
to give people time.
I think what Sushant says, we need to push that point a little further. Sriram, I don't care about your ideology. I mean, if you think it's not fair to ask a question,
be decent enough. Decent enough to
I have given you enough time. Sriram has not spoken. Do not tell me this, please.
That's okay.
Vivek,
don't interrupt when I speak the next time.
Vivek, you're always complaining. You're always complaining like the people that you like. You're always complaining like the people that you like. 1 second. Sriram hasn't spoken. Sriram hasn't spoken. Please let him come in.
Let him speak.
Why do you have a problem with people even speaking up? Don't be a dictator, no, Vivek. You can't sit here and be a dictator.
No, why?
Relax.
You also cannot come and dictate.
Sriram.
I have to speak. I speak my mind when I want.
Sriram, please, you have spoken your mind, you're exposed. You're isolated. And it's fine. It's fine by my standards. I don't have a problem with that. But Sriram, I today want to know, Sriram, you know, China, there is a lot of merit in what Sushant says. He says, listen, tomorrow even if you find out the real truth about coronavirus, what happens next? That is the moot question. How far will countries like the US or perhaps even India be willing to go to punish China in case all these reports are actually true, Sriram? How do you read into what has happened, and especially now when Joe Biden has said that he needs an investigation into this? Or you think he's just playing to his domestic audience?
Yeah, I think Deepthi, this is a global need for truth and restorative justice, and it's not just the bipolar global competition between US and China. That's of course there, but there's also many voiceless and powerless people around the world who have been victims and who want some kind of their dignity to be restored. And some kind of a new start to be made, and it can only happen if we find out what the Chinese did in 2019 or even before 2019. So the truth, will liberate you ultimately. That's the only way we can build a post-COVID world order. So it's a bigger question than just the US-China rivalry. But of course, the US has a geopolitical interest in embarrassing and curtailing China's rise, and this is an important point for them to latch onto. So I'm sure they will investigate and try to, increasingly expose the Chinese shenanigans. But likewise, many other countries have problems with China, as General Bakshi and Sushant have been saying. So all of us, it's in our common interest strategically to make sure that this uninterrupted rise of China, which has come at the expense of everybody, which has come in the process of spreading these disasters around the world like coronavirus, that this unstoppable rise must be stopped. And the way we can do it is by getting to the bottom of this long well which they have dug. It is so deep, and they are using the shield of sovereignty, and they'll say we will not allow any investigations. But that's okay, there are other means of extracting the information, and that's why spy agencies, national security apparatus are now involved. And I think the issue is with the Chinese, what will we do with the Chinese? Let us say, or more or less the consensus is building that they are guilty in the eyes of the people of the world, not just US government or US intelligence. The people of the world, most countries, the verdict is already out. The Chinese are guilty. So what do we do about them? How do we punish them for this? Yeah, I think one is definitely disinvestment. See, what has happened since 1980s, late 80s, early 90s, heavy Western capital has flown into China like anything through outsourcing. And that has to stop, that has to be reversed. And there is some ethical basis for this, right? There should be some. And that is going to come through the more these things come to light about what really happened in Wuhan or in the rest of China. How did this virus become so contagious and so global? So I think the more we are able to detach ourselves from China, reduce our dependence on China, wall off our supply chains around the world from the Chinese centrality, because the Chinese had a hand in every, the finger in, every pie. That was how they were able to try and hush up the whole world. Because even now they say that, nobody can wish away China, because they say that they are now the ground zero for globalization. All of you need us. You cannot dispense China. China is indispensable. They are acting on the arrogance of that. So that has to come down through economic countermeasures. And likewise, I think militarily also, all our agencies should cooperate, because now it's no longer up to the WHO. We know the WHO has been feeble, it's been a non-starter, it has already been compromised by China. So we cannot rely on the multilateral processes much, although that will also carry on. What we need to do is smaller coalitions. Already the US is using allied intelligence agencies to extract more information from what's happening inside China, what happened in the past with the virus. So all of us need to contribute. If we have got assets on the ground, let's join hands. These things we don't speak about publicly, but intelligence cooperation is the key to put them on the mat. The Chinese are, they don't have many allies. Only North Korea, Pakistan, to name a few, are, inconsequential. But many important countries in this region, Australia, it's got a strong espionage network. Japan always has a big presence in China. We must all, the Quad countries, Quad plus, Vietnam has influence in China, it's got assets in China. All of us should have an information sharing network to be able to extract, the truth and to embarrass them further. It is in our interest to embarrass them. It is in the global interest. It's for truth and dignity, as I said, but also strategically necessary for us. So I think this question, and Vivek is saying that we should take care of our own people. This is a separate thing. Our intelligence agencies, our national security, our foreign policy has to work towards bringing the Chinese under control. That is not distracting from our war against the combating the virus and protecting our people. Let's not make it look like China is a diversion. China is actually not diversion. China is the root of the problem. And unless we tackle that with concerted action and with a strategic plan, all of us allied nations and partners, we will not be able to do much, because the Chinese are like a wall. They have walled them off. They have always been insular, and they don't allow outside influences and outside investigative agencies to come in. So we need other means. We need to have assets there on the ground. There are many countries that have got Chinese people themselves who are upset with the Communist Party, who are working on behalf of foreign countries as spies. So those kind of assets, human intelligence, technical intelligence, communications data, interception, cyber means, we need all those things to do this. Because this is not an ordinary small country, like Vivek is saying. It is a great power. And to make a great power bend to truth and justice,
Absolutely.
it requires a countervailing force of many, many powers coming together. So I think we need that coalition and that kind of alliance now, a global alliance for truth on coronavirus. And the modalities of this can be worked out by the higher level authorities behind the scenes. But publicly, public opinion, states, we need this consensus, because the scientific consensus was initially about the zoonotic, and now it is moving in a different direction. That is already broken. So the wall that China has built, the wall of lies, one after the other, the bricks are falling. Now it's our task to completely smash this wall and to pry open as much as possible through cooperation and through strategy. So I think it's very important we are having this debate. This is not about a diversion from saving lives. This is about preventing more lives from being lost in the future. Because another virus is likely to come out, or many more variants are likely to come out of those labs in Wuhan or elsewhere. Because if we can join the circumstantial evidence, they have a lot going for them right now. They have bounced back economically, and they are believing that they have come out as victors and winners of this crisis. They will want to do this again and again. So how do we prevent that? It is through strategy. Let it be political. Let it be a political fight with China, where there is a large coalition or an anti-China bloc that's able to come together scientifically, militarily, intelligence-wise, and that's how we're going to cut them down to size.
Absolutely. I think all our panelists today are,
can I just
Vivek,
with an
speaking so
important
much sense.
interjection?
I mean, this is, Vivek, come on. You have to listen. You have to listen to other people
No,
also, Vivek. You can't just be speaking all the time. Jen GD Bakshi has been wanting to come in, so has DK Giri. But before I come to you, DK Giri Saab, General GD Bakshi Saab, the real story is also not just about these many theories that people like Vivek fail to believe or even lend any bit of credence to. But I want to know, see, how has China responded? The response from China, or the lack of it, General GD Bakshi Saab, is also a huge story.
If you're going to punish China,
This question is for GD Bakshi Saab, Vivek, not for you.
whatever, I know you don't
GD
have the
Bakshi.
courage to give me time. I know that.
Thank you, Vivek. If you will
Relax,
kindly allow me to
Vivek.
speak.
Don't take it too hard. Listen to other people,
No, I'm
please.
not
The
taking it too
first
hard. You have an agenda. You're not willing to listen to the voice of dissent. That is your problem.
Thank you.
But that's okay.
Sir,
Bakshi
can we
Puri.
kindly carry on with the debate? Thank you.
Yeah, please
Thank
carry
you.
on.
देखिए साहब, ऐसा है, Shriram Chaulia, Dr. Chaulia has very correctly identified your first requirement is to deter future such attacks. It cannot just be allowed to go on and on and on. Second wave, third wave, fifth wave, 10th wave. First requirement is deterrence. Second requirement is name and shame. Please don't forget, when the Philippines took China to the International Court of Justice, China showed sheer contempt refused to accept it. But today, China is under pressure. In the South China Sea, the American Navy 4 aircraft carrier battle groups are there. The British carrier battle group is coming, the Japanese, the Indian and the French. China is under military pressure. Alright? So it is not gotten away scot-free by cocking a snook at the International Court of Justice. China will have to be called to account. It will have to be named and shamed. It will have to be deterred. We will have to have a cumulative strategy, economic, military, political, informational. We will have to pressurize China to stop this nonsense. We will have to rework the Biological Warfare Convention, give it teeth like the International Atomic Energy Agency has to carry out inspection of nuclear reactors in any country. Alright? They can carry out demand inspection. They are doing it in Iran. So they can equally, this can be done for China, and for any country which has a virological lab should be able to submit itself. I hope you know that China has set up a virological lab in the DSTA in Pakistan under the Pakistan army. Pakistan was waging terrorist warfare so far. Now they will switch to biological warfare. Any and everybody who can make a genetically engineered gain-of-function virus can devastate the world, can devastate his enemy countries, and we have no option but to just sit and take it because China is too powerful. I'm sorry, Indian lives are not cheap. Vivek, they are not expendable. You want to be non-aligned? Not at the cost of the lives of Indian people. For God's sake, have some shame, have some self-respect as a big country. The first job of a country is to protect its people. And that is not just defensively. And by the way, the armed forces are heavily involved in national security. And when I was in service, I was looking after nuclear, biological, chemical warfare. Alright? Even now I go and lecture our people in the Integrated Defense Command, in the Integrated Defense Staff. The armed forces have to look at biological warfare, chemical and nuclear warfare. Alright? Therefore, the doctors are doing their job. The national security people are here because it has a strong national security dimension. That is why we have been studying it. That is why we need to stop China from further mayhem. Thank you.
And that is why, GD Bakshi Saab, this case obviously warrants an investigation. Before I let Vivek, counter these questions if he has any answers, I want to get DK Giri, who's been wanting to come in for a very, very long time. Now, DK Giri Saab, we can disagree on a lot of political points, but are lives of Indians so cheap that you can actually, if you want to investigate a case like this, you will be told, listen, you're listening only to the US media, you are sold out, because China is a big neighbor, you cannot question China. Is that how people will respond, DK Giri, and should that be okay for us?
Not at all. I want to make a short statement. First of all, I want to tell you that India was never non-aligned. Non-alignment is a diplomatic fantasy. But I am deeply intrigued and deeply dismayed that in the panel, Sushant Sarin, Sriram and GD Bakshi made the point very articulately about China. But I am dismayed that our government is not able to comprehend it. They misread Chinese mind. They mishandled the pandemic. We have a foreign minister who is not a politician. I think he was made the minister because of his deep knowledge of China. But unfortunately, he has not shown it. I think we should start with a new foreign minister. And this government has followed Nehru, has followed Mrs. Gandhi in our foreign policy, so-called balancing act, and miserably failed. This is time that we have to have a new foreign minister and make a fresh beginning. This is the plea I want to make through your channel. I agree with all the panelists except Vivek. Vivek has his ideological compulsion. I don't have. But other three, I totally agree. If these people know it, does our government not know it? What China has been doing? Even today, Chinese company sponsors our cricket. Are we so poor? Are we so resourceless that we have to depend upon China? Why are we bending backwards to please appease
What
China?
are you saying?
Why is our
What
government
do you
not able
want
to
India
read
to do?
Chinese design?
Sir, what do you
What I'm
want
saying-
India to do?
I am saying that we should they should listen to General Bakshi. They should name and same China. We should change our foreign minister, have a foreign minister who understands politics and who understands the pulse of the nation. Not somebody who has lived all his life in file and furniture and trained by Congress government, which is following the same policy. And we should realize that we have made a mess in Nepal. We have made a mess with our neighbors. And we have completely failed to deal with China. That is all I have to say.
DK Giri
The
sir,
government has to open its
you know,
eyes,
I
listen
really
to
respect
people
you,
like
sir.
Sarin
You
and
are
Major
a learned
Bakshi
gentleman,
and
sir,
change
but
its foreign policy.
you would agree, sir, this is not the best time for politics. Let all our attention, let all our might right now be focused on preventing
We are
every
talking
life
politics.
possible, sir. That
Yes,
should
sir,
be
we are
the
talking
only
politics.
focus together,
Without politics, you
barring our
cannot solve the
political
problem.
ideologies. Yes.
The politics. Politics is the answer. Sriram
No, but
said
at
that.
least
Sriram also said that.
saving lives versus
is the
politics,
answer.
I think saving
You know,
lives,
it is a misnomer.
you have to save lives to be able to play politics, sir.
Yes. By
No,
doing
but
healthy
you would
politics,
agree, sir, this
by
can
doing
wait. This
intelligent
political
politics,
debate can wait
not
for
the
another
politics
day.
The government is doing
Yes.
now. Going after the
Yes,
social
so
should
this
be
media,
debate,
not by having
you know, whether you
misplaced
should
priorities
remove
that
someone
government
or
has
not,
today.
whether this person has done his best or not, can wait for
Absolutely.
another
That
day.
is the first
But
step.
now as we reach
Yes.
towards the fag
Health
end of the
minister
debate,
and foreign minister
yes,
have to go.
Thank you for agreeing,
Health
sir.
minister and foreign minister have to go.
Okay, we'll debate that also, sir. But towards the fag end, I want to go back to Vivek.
Thank you.
I want to see that if the last many minutes, after whatever we've heard from General G.D. Bakshi Sir, from Sri Ram, from Sushant, and the world over, you know, Vivek, are you at least now willing to accept the fact that there needs to be an investigation? We need answers as to from where this
Listen.
coronavirus even originate, Vivek.
Give me 30 seconds to a minute. Please don't interrupt me and now listen to me. Sheikh Chilli ke haseen sapne. You know, there is a saying in Hindi, jiski lathi uski bhains. America mismanaged the Gulf. America created the Taliban. America destroyed Iraq. And there was no investigations. There were no questions because it is strong and mighty. You have to understand that China is equally mighty now. It is the second superpower of the world. I don't love China. I love India, my own nation. But I understand international politics. America will never fight with China.
This is
China will
shameless.
never raise an issue with America. Let me
Shameless.
assure you. They are all going to be
Shameless you
together
are.
trading. And
That's all that
finally,
I say.
if somebody suffers, it is going to be India. The Americans will never fight with the Chinese. If you think America is going to fight with China ever or raise a serious issue,
We
it
can
will not.
take care of
we know
ourselves.
American policy, sir.
Vivek
तो ये शेख चिल्ली के
Srivastava, this
हसीन
is a
सपने जो है
strong
ना,
country.
उसको पनिश
And
करेंगे.
this is not
हम
the
लात
army of
लगाएंगे.
1962.
हम तो भाई चाइना को
We
के
can
साथ
give
हम
a
कोई नहीं
bloody
खड़ा चाइना के
nose
साथ.
to China.
इंडिया के साथ खड़ा हूँ. अमेरिका गद्दार है.
China did get
It
very
will
much
never
in
bend
Ladakh.
with you. It will never stand with you. Provoke you.
America.
Make you have bad
We
relations
are
with your own
strong
neighbors.
enough to
And
give
finally,
a
you
bloody
are the ones who
nose
get punished.
to China. Let me tell you that.
There is no China. There is only India
We
for me,
are
sir.
strong
But
enough
understand what
to
America
give
is.
a bloody
What
nose
its
to
imperialistic
China.
powers
All
are.
right? We don't need America or
United
you.
States of America will always have relations with the Chinese. Business relations, political relations, and other relations. They will criticize, they will accuse, but they will never act.
Vivek, are you
Somebody
trying to
suffers.
say that we have to bow and kowtow to China?
May
No,
I?
absolutely not.
Is this all you're saying? We should
Absolutely
become
not.
slaves of
India
China?
should never bow.
We should accept
India
their
should
power
never
and
bow.
dominance?
India
You
should
are
never
for Chinese
bow.
hegemony.
Whether it
You are a
is
supporter
Americans
of
or
Chinese
Chinese.
hegemony.
I am
India
not asking you
never
to bow.
supports
Have
hegemony.
your own
India
identity.
believes in
Have
counterbalance.
your own identity.
We believe in a
Become strong
multipolar
like them.
world. You are justifying
strong like them.
bipolarity.
Remove
You are
your
justifying
black marketing.
bipolarity.
Remove
We are
your
saying
corruption.
overthrow
And get
bipolarity
strong
and
first.
bring
And
other
then you
powers
fight.
to the table.
You're not in a position
You
to
are
come back.
defending Chinese hegemony. Is this?
No, I'm
is
not
this, are
defending
you an
anyone.
Indian at all? What
I
are
am
your
an Indian
interests?
to the core.
And where are you getting your
You
bread and
will live
butter
your
from?
own dream world.
You are
You remain in
supporting
your own
Chinese
dreams.
hegemony and justifying
You
it,
remain in your
saying
own
it is
dreams.
natural. It is not natural.
We are not in a
Chinese
position to come
hegemony is
back
not
at the
natural.
moment. That is
The
the
You know,
virus is
Vivek,
not natural.
whether you believe
Chinese
this or
hegemony
not.
is not natural.
Okay,
We
Shriram,
have to
Shriram.
counter that.
Shriram, we need to start wrapping, but Vivek, just 2 cents. Vivek, whether you believe it or not, but remember, truth always has a way of coming out. 168 million cases worldwide, 3.5 million deaths. The world and we here in India want to know the China COVID truth, and we will find that out. Vivek, General G.D. Bakshi Saab, Sushant, D.K. Giri, and also Sriram Cholia. Gentlemen, thank you so much for all your time. Vivek, I hope the next time we meet, you're willing to find out the truth, much like all of us. Thank you, all of you. Back on the other side with lots more.